Installed the FPM, the 4 Performance by Mountune 375 kit on my Mark III Focus RS. Now later today we're going to be installing the axle back exhaust system on my car. That will be coming as a separate video, so stay tuned for that one. But first, I'm going to have a good look at this. The Fiesta ST Mountune MR265, 265 horsepower from the 1.6 litre EcoBoost engine in the Fiesta ST. We're going to take a look around the car first, then I'm going to take it for a little test drive before coming back to give some more thoughts. So I want to show you all around all the cosmetics under the hood at the engine bay and everything that's basically been changed with the MR265. I'm first going to explain the different options you have with the Fiesta ST. So the standard car has 180 horsepower, 200 horsepower when you're running on overboost, which basically you always are because you get it for 20 seconds every time you accelerate. So unless you're on the Autobahn or the Nürburgring or something, you're always on overboost. 200 horsepower, 290 Newton meters of torque, and a 0 to 60 time of 6.9 seconds. From there, you can go up to the Mountune Performance MP215 package. So 215 horsepower, 15 more than standard, 320 Newton meters, 30 more than standard, and bringing down the 0 to 60 times slightly as well. That is their fully warranted package. So everything covered by Ford. Exactly the same as we did to the equivalent FPM 375 on the Focus RS, fully covered in every way. From there, you can step up to the MR230. Horsepower goes up to 230 fairly obviously, torque up to 340, another 20, couple of changes under the bonnet to make that happen, and then you get to the MR265, this car, which can do 0 to 60 in 5.7 seconds. The car is only just over a ton, so you've got a pretty strong power to weight ratio, 265 horsepower and 370 Newton meters, 80 Newton meters more than the standard Fiesta ST. So the first thing I'm going to do is jump out and show you under the bonnet, show you the changes that have been made in there. So let's pop this open, and I apologize for the noises in the background because we are on an industrial estate here, so not much I can do about that. Let me open this up and balance it up. You can get a quick glimpse of this while I'm doing this, putting the hook in place. There we go. So, in here then, to make it all happen, if you start out with the MP215, you replace the airbox and some filters. Going beyond that, you start changing the silicone hoses and the air intake. This car has a new hybrid turbo, so it's taken out, replaced to help get that extra power. And there's also a much larger intercooler in here as well. So the MR230 had a sort of smaller intercooler behind. This has a full height intercooler through the entire grille. So basically it looks quite nice with the red piping. There's quite a lot that's actually changed in here, some more bits and bobs as well on top of all of that. You have a couple of cosmetic things, so the new chin spoiler at the front in black just to sort of break up. Normally that would be body coloured down there and not quite as forwards on the car, but that gives a nice sort of aggressive look, a little bit like the front of the Focus RS, not that you can see that right at the second. And obviously you get your Mountune racing badges, which everybody wants. As we come round, you can see you've got the Mountune striping kit down the side, new OZ wheels with Mountune, and obviously Mountune's lowering spring kit as well. And I think there's probably something I'm probably not supposed to draw your attention to, but new brakes that are being worked on as well in there. That's probably coming soon. We come around to the rear. More badges, obviously the Mountune Performance package that's installed, and then the Mountune Racing that goes on top of that, because we've got, well, firstly the full catback system that's available under warranty, or in the case of this car, the downpipe and cat replacement as well. So full new exhaust system all the way through. I really like that on the fuel cap. I think that's cool. Mountune badges. So, it's a nifty little thing, a lot of power, not much weight, manual gearbox, and I'm looking forward to this, and I think I'm going to have quite a lot of fun. So let's take it out, go for a little drive out on the road. Okay then, so I'm not entirely sure what to expect driving this car. In fact, the only time I've ever driven a Fiesta before now was my little sister's 1.25 litre Fiesta that she has and drives her main car, I guess. But this is a little bit different. The Fiesta ST, not just any Fiesta ST, the MR265. And I can immediately feel there is a lot of get up and go and pounce to it. And I've been told I need to rev it quite high, but let's give it a little drive, just get familiar first. Because basically the world of hot hatches is quite new to me. I'm trying to drive more and get more of an understanding of what they're about. Obviously with my own Focus RS, and kind of, I guess you can include my Mini, it's not really a hot hatch. But driving more things like the Golf R, the RS3, hopefully some more of these. But I can feel in here, firstly, it's very go-kart-like. It's very sort of jumps around a lot, but I think that's with the character of the car. It's small, I can feel like it's quite nimble, it just wants to turn and point and go, and it's quite fun to be able to feel this immediately. I'm obviously not going crazy on the power to get us started. Blips quite nicely, revs quite nicely as well actually, and it's really quick. It's really quick. Like, I don't really know what I was expecting, to be honest. Can't imagine. Well, we're 65 horsepower up on the standard car. That is a third, over 30% performance increase. It's quite a significant number. It very much feels like this thing just wants to dart down countryside lanes, and I've been lighting up traction a little bit already. It's a very slippy day outside today. In fact, this whole month right now in the UK is just disgustingly wet and slippy for whatever reason. Let's blast this way. It's really, really that kind of go-karting, entertaining-esque kind of drive where you just sort of point and go. Yes, there's a bit of torque steer. We've got this much power going just through the front wheels on a slippy day, as I mentioned. But you can point it and it just goes. And I'm really actually quite surprised by how much power there is. I knew it was going to feel quick, but not this quick. It's sort of genuinely, it's a funny balance, because 265 horsepower, how can that be sort of as much as you want? But why would you want to put more in a car like this? It would just go a little bit crazy if you did. There would be no point. And it's got a sort of pretty fun, engaging drive. It's a really short shifter, so you get a lot of feel out of the gear stick. Let's head up here, find some nice muddy country roads. If we go this way, this looks perfect for the car. This is super tight. There we go. Oh, we've got traction on again. But you get the point. It's completely chuckable. Bit of torque steer pulling me there as I change gear. Brakes feel good too. What a blast. I find it so fun what you can do with this kind of car. And this is just a Fiesta. An awesome Fiesta, not just any Fiesta. It says concentrating. I'm actually having to think a little bit about what I'm doing. Like driving up a road like this, anything bigger, where it's this tight and narrow, you'd be going substantially, well, I mean here obviously I'm not driving particularly fast because the car isn't capable of Mach 10 in the first place, but what you can do is have a lot of legal fun without having to feel like you're doing anything stupid. What a brilliant, brilliant package. I am genuinely loving this. The exhaust noise in here is not bad either. In fact, I should probably put the window down a notch just so we can listen to a little bit more of it. See what I mean? Right, let's head this way. Maybe if I put traction into the sport mode, you'll have slightly less interruption of the fun. I think there's probably a little bit too much power in here for the traction to know how to deal with. Yes, this is good. I feel it being a little bit more playful already. What a barrel of laughs. This is ridiculous. So, genuine hilarity. This is, I don't really know how to explain it, but it's that old thing of it doesn't necessarily have to be ridiculously big power numbers to put a smile on your face, because darting down these sort of slightly bumpy country roads, what else would you want to be in? I mean, even the Focus RS I know driving down this road is a little on the large side, whereas this just feels like I can throw it down through any gap, kind of like that, straight squeezing between the verges and cars and not feeling so much stress, and just, oh, this is perfection for this kind of environment. It's not afraid of lighting up the tyres. Okay then, let's return this car back to Mountune, which is no bad thing, because it means I'm going to be heading inside shortly to go and fit watch them fit the exhaust onto the RS. But I very much enjoyed taking this out. This has sort of opened my eyes even more to what's possible with these small little hot hatches. And it's a 265 horsepower fun machine. It's just entertaining to drive. But let's park up, because I need to show you how the Mountune package works. Oh, over a little bump here. While we're parked up and we're still running, let's put the window down. that's cool, the way you get the turbo squirt. Not a bad little sound at all. Now the next thing I want to show you is tucked away in here in the glove box, the Mountune controller that plugs into the OBD port. So I'm going to plug this in and show you what this can do. It comes on the Mountune racing models. Obviously the OBD port is down here. I think I'm a bit brave trying to do this one-handed, but let's see if I can manage. Grab the cable. Hope I've got it the right way around. Should do. Yeah. There we go, magic. Now, this comes into life. So basically, this is a system that lets you directly tune and configure the car. You can bring up various gauges and instrumental displays. You can mount it here or on your windscreen or something if you like. But if we go into gauges, when it loads up and connects, you can literally see, you know, you've got your RPM there. If I rev it, direct feedback, you can change the different displays and go to setup. You've got your rev indicator, your rev lights. You can change the layout. Maybe if you just want one gauge with the RPM, can you do that? Is that RPM? No, that's not RPM. So how do we change? No, I don't want to be data logging. I was data logging on it. So basically, you can save all your information as well. Here we go. Oh goodness, you've got loads of stuff. I'm playing, just learning as I go. And then you can go to performance and you can record your 0 to 100 or 0 to 62 miles an hour time, your quarter mile. Kind of fun to be able to do that live. Then you can troubleshoot any vehicle warning messages, error messages, anything like that. And that's where you can calibrate and change the mapping. If you so wish. So I think that's really quite fun that you have that with the Mountune Racing package. And it plugs just straight in, nice and easy. Anybody can do that. And then just remove it and put it away if you don't want it. So, super easy. It says, just pop that in there. It's kind of fun that you can do that directly. And maybe I might see if we can get one of those for the Focus RS. I think it's quite interesting, the extra information you can get. So, let's shut this off and hop out. But this has been a really, really fun drive. Ooh, it would help if I remember to close that. Really fun, genuinely fun. Obviously very, very bumpy, but that is the side effect of going for the sporty characteristics, the handling characteristics, like a go-kart, to coin that phrase again. But I really enjoyed that. Really enjoyed that. Awesome little fun. Completely different from me, of course. I'm not used to driving a car like this. This full kit on top of a Fiesta ST is about £4,500 worth or so. But you can go up through those various stages, as mentioned. The MT215 that still has all the Ford warranty, then the MR230 and the MR265. But thanks to Mountune for letting me take that out. We're now going to go and take the Focus RS indoors and get to work on the axle back exhaust system on there. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. We'll try and respond to any comments if you have any questions about the car. That's it for now though. Thank you very much for watching, guys, and I'll catch up with you again very soon. Cheers.